Hi there, Kane. Welcome to KLI Player Interviews. How are you?
Fantastic, young Chinese. Glad to be here.
Excellent, good. Now we'll kick things off then. As I said in the introduction, you are KLI's most capped player.
Oh yes.
16 years, I think you've been here.
Yeah, give or take, 16, 17 years wearing the Warriors shirt.
So you've been here since day one, since KLI's been formed.
Yeah.
How has football changed since you started and to the present day?
Oh, that's a good question, that one here. Basically, the more expat teams we've got over here, the more things have got sour, you know. There's been splits in divisions. Yeah, previously it used to be 2 leagues, but now it's just, to be perfectly honest, there's too many dickheads in the game and it's just spoiling it for everyone involved.
As you know, you just mentioned there that the 2 leagues have split. Have you mentioned that the 2 leagues have are split now? From the old league into the new league, is the league system now better? Is it worse? What would you change and what would you keep?
Oh dear. I mean, I'd obviously like to have kept one league because, you know, it's a shame because we've played with some of these teams like Grasshoppers and Wanderers. We've been with these guys since day one. They've always been in the league, but now they've split and gone into other divisions and X, Y and Z. But yeah, I mean, there's not much I'd change, but I'd like to keep us all under one umbrella.
So going back to obviously yourself, we know you've missed a lot of games this season due to working away.
Oh yeah.
As you're taking over the oil and gas world.
Try my best.
KLI this season, another double. Where does this double rank against other title-winning campaigns?
Oh yeah, it's definitely up there because, you know, we've gone through a lot of changes in the last 2 seasons with players leaving and divisions splitting and all this, so it's quite significant that we've done the double this year. I'm glad we've done it.
A new upcoming season, a couple of teams have dropped out, another couple of teams have come in. Wanderers, KLI's main rivals for the league last year, and the cup final have now dropped out. Who do you see will be KLI's main challengers to that double claim this year?
Well, see, the thing is, I can't really answer you that question because I've heard we have 2 or 3 new teams coming into it, and predominantly local teams, which I honestly feel local teams are much better than expat teams, so we'll have to keep our wits about us this season.
Interesting. What's it like playing for your dad?
Oh, it's absolutely dreadful. Dreadful. I mean,
do you feel you get hit on harder or let off?
Well, you know, generically you'd think, well, usually you get like preference being the manager's son, but could have been further apart. Couldn't have been further apart.
So, your dad's been the KLI boss since they were formed. As you mostly get with most sons following their father in football, can you see yourself one day as the KLI gaffer?
You know, one day, you know, once I'm working back in Malaysia full time, I'd love to take over the team, keep the lads together.
From the KLI team we've got at the moment, the double winning team from last year, you had to pick a KLI 7-a-side team, who would you pick? Going for a goalkeeper, 2 defenders, 2 midfielders and 2 forwards.
Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Goalkeeper, you know, he's got to accept it, he is a goalkeeper. We'll put Mike in the sticks. As for the back, I'd have, you know, as you know, we're quite light at the back in terms of centre backs, but given current squad, I'd have Simon and Raymond as my two at the back.
2 nominated defenders.
Okay, and 2 midfielders, I'd have Chris and Evan. And my 2 forwards. Now this may shock you, but I'd have Wim and yourself.
It's a big shock there.
Yeah, big shock.
Wim, as we know, is a centre back.
Oh.
So, with the team named, you're a right back. You've played your career at right back.
No, I haven't. I actually started off, you know, I've literally done the rounds. I've gone from up top to all the way at the back. I've just taken the laziest position now because I'm highly unfit.
So, as you are now, self-proclaimed unfit right back.
Correct.
You wear the number 7.
Yes.
Surely a flair player, someone with skill and an eye for goal, someone like Aberdeen would be more better fitting to wear the number 7 shirt.
Well, no, generically, number 7 by the law is a right midfielder, which where I started off. And not always an eye for goal. I mean, David Beckham didn't score 20 odd goals a season wearing the number
Very
7
true.
shirt. And I'll be perfectly honest, you speak of flair and mercurial, you do not get better than myself when it comes to flicks and tricks.
Flicks and tricks are your thing. I think they're going to be on your gravestone.
Absolutely.
Hot to trot, flicks and tricks.
Absolutely.
So let's go on now more to the social side of KLI.
Oh, yes. Great social aspect we got.
Now, for people who are maybe kind of come and join the club, how would you describe the KLI social scene?
We're a tight knit. We're a tight knit little family. I mean, we all live, generically in the same area. We go drinking together. So it's quite a welcoming little family to come into. I mean, some really good lads we've got.
So the drinking culture.
It's the drinking culture is one we do have a bad reputation as being quite the louts, but no smoke without fire, right? So some of it is true. There is a big drinking culture within our club.
Would you change the drinking culture?
I wouldn't change it for the world, Chinese.
Excellent. So, one of the big things we have at KLI here is the KLI tour.
Oh yes.
Now the last two tours have been in Bangkok.
Oh yeah, we do it every year, annually.
Annually in the Bangkok. We are unbeaten on tour. How would you describe the tour without, obviously we know what goes on tour stays on tour,
Yeah.
but again, for a newbie coming in and about to join the KLI tour, what would they expect?
Well, the thing is, we'd have to give serious consideration to a newbie coming on tour with us because, as you know, it's quite an affair going on tour with the lads from KLI. So, a good stern word, like a good stern talking to for a newbie to come and join us would need to be had. Absolutely.
KLI also have the initiation.
Yes, I believe I was one of the founders of the initiation.
I believe you were. Can you talk us through what is the KLI initiation and what do they have to do?
I'm sorry, Lee, I can't answer this question because this will be public domain knowledge, so I can't answer your question.
Another what goes on tour stays on tour type of answer.
Unless you are selected to come join our glorious team, then you'll find out about the...
Fair enough, fair enough. When you're on match day and when you're in the pub, there's always KLI banter flying around.
Yes.
Who's the lead and who's the loudest?
Lead? Oh. In terms of the lead, I'd go with Davey because solely he's a victim of himself because his chat is so bad and everyone just gets involved on his bandwagon. Sort of backfire scenario. Davey Anderson for the record, that is, yeah.
Our famous little speedy jock.
Correct.
If you were over the year, we've had many KLI kits.
Oh yeah.
We've had the, as they're all mentioned and shown on the website, you and myself both got berated for the famous...
the infamous Queensbutt Rangers.
Queensbutt Rangers kit. If you could pick your ideal colour kit for KLI, because each year we seem to have different colours.
Yeah, I think they're actually dreadful, to be honest. Get worse every year.
If you could pick your ideal home and away colour kits, what would it be?
Well, you already know the answer to this. I would do Dennis and Menace black and red as our away kit, and the Mighty Super Hoops blue and white.
It'll go back to what you know. It'll go back to what you know. Excellent. Well, we're actually doing our interview here live from Why Not?
The club sponsor.
From the club sponsor. I'm just going to go and show you now behind Kane, if you'd just like to point up to the top.
Over here.
As you can see, there's the famous KLI picture up there with the website mentioned. Well, this is going to be the first part, as I say, Kane, for our interviews, and you are the very first person to be interviewed on here.
Absolute pleasure.
I'd just like to say thank you very much for the interview.
No problem.
During the season, I'm sure we'll have you back. We can have a bit more update of how we got on. Thanks very much. Anything else you'd like to add to the KLI fans?
Yep, just watch your space, watch your space. It's going to be a great season ahead.
That's tremendous. From Lee Aberdeen and Kane Diaz from KLI, thank you.
Thank you.